All right, RJ Boudro, just wrapped up. This is year 12, correct?
Yeah.
Year 10
Of the team camp.
of the team camp.
Yeah.
How did this year go, and what?
I think anytime you can bring close to 650 to 700 kids up to the UP to have a wrestling camp in a remote town, tourist town, and come away with really no problems. It's an amazing camp, and it's really been that way for every year. You have your little things that go wrong, but I get to meet so many coaches. There's over 100 coaches here when you include the assistant coaches, and 40 some different clinicians between the two camps, and just the relationships that I get to make with the coaches and the wrestlers, and it's just cool to see the gratitude out of the kids. Like, I don't know if you noticed, but like, so many kids are so thankful to be here, and it's wrestling from top to bottom. It's kids that are like, I had a kid that had never wrestled before. He never put wrestling shoes on until my camp, which is kind of crazy. The guts of the kid to do that. And then we have state champions here too, and everywhere in between. And I think that's what this camp's about. It's just wrestling. There's really good wrestling going on, but there's a lot of like team building going on. There's kids just going out of their way to help clean up and be leaders, and the town here loves the fact that there's so many people come in and they're so polite, and I just feel like just wrestling in general, it gives me hope that there's good kids out there, there's polite kids, there's kids doing the right thing, and I feel like I get to see that a lot at my camp. So I think overall it is an amazing camp with great people, and really excited to go home because it's been a long 8 days, but at the same time it's bittersweet. I'm sad that it's over.
The schedule of camps was flipped a little bit, right? Because some of the schools went a little later.
Yeah.
How did you like going Sunday to Sunday compared to, I guess, what do you usually go Wednesday?
I go Wednesday to Wednesday,
yeah.
and then we had a weekend. I actually kind of liked it. I don't know. Well, I'll kind of have to go back and think about it, but I think just going through 1 week, people can plan their weeks a little bit better when they can just plan that week off and stuff. But going to Sunday, but the winter was brutal, and it definitely affected the numbers of my camp. But I think I found a sweet spot. I think I'm going to cap it at like 340 to 350 kids next year because it was more manageable. This mat space was better. I think it was just a better overall camp. So I think it was a blessing in disguise having a tad bit lower numbers because of school still being in school in the summer so late. But I think the change was tough, but it was good. I liked it.
You added a couple different dynamics this year. You brought in a wrestling mindset to do some mindset training.
Yeah.
You had South Dakota State guys in here for the first time.
Yeah.
What did you think about the little different flares that you were able to bring?
I mean, well, wrestling mindset was good. It was really good. It was great. He does a good job. I think it's a totally underestimated aspect of the sport and life, and how you approach challenges. So I think it was really good. He did 2 days at each camp, and I think it was really well received. So I think the coaches appreciated that, and it's something that I'm going to work on my guys with. And then we bring. It's crazy. Like, I'm always worried about getting clinicians because I need a lot to run this. And Cam Simez brought 6 awesome guys from South Dakota, and they're from Iowa, Missouri. Where else? Anyways, they're over in that area, and they're talking the same lingo that we are. They're doing the same things that we're working on and wrestling the same way. I had to have one of the South Dakota State guys, Zach Price, wrestled Drew Matten in an awesome match here as an exhibition, put a show on for the kids, and that was really cool. And they're just great kids, great guys. So I feel like it never fails, like, especially when you're dealing with good people like Cam Simez. When I asked him to bring some guys, or he asked me if he could bring some guys. I said sure, and I know he's going to bring terrific dudes, and they were really good.
I was wondering this myself. How many different colleges do you think you've had come up to be clinicians over the years?
Yeah, that's hard to count. I mean, I don't want to like. This is definitely just a number I'm throwing out there, but it's no less than 15. Easily 15, because I had Lake Erie here, and for the first time, and we usually have a good showing from Cornell and Michigan State and Michigan, and it's just up and down Alma and Olivet. So it's just a lot of different representation. So I get to make those relationships, and that's what I love about the sport.
Yeah, and with those relationships, you see a lot of the teams coming back to your camps. I think
Yeah.
you retain a lot of teams, and
Yeah.
they like the atmosphere. What? I guess how does that make you feel as far as running it from a camp
Yeah.
perspective? The people put that trust in you and
Yeah.
like bringing their teams up here.
It's surreal, I think, like humbling. I'm flattered too. Like we take that boat across to the island and there are 450 people wearing my name across their chest. It's a surreal moment. And when, almost every coach, I can't say it was every coach, but almost every coach shakes my hand and says, we're coming back next year. We're excited. We're going to be better next year. They use it as a challenge. They want to get more kids here to experience this. And they think I know they think it's a benefit to their program because they're getting more kids up in there and they're getting kids interested in wrestling. And I believe it's helped my program. We retain so many more kids and I get more kids out for wrestling because of things like this. And I've learned that it's not all about just perfecting technique. It's not all about winning state championships. It's about getting kids involved in the sport. And I know that I've found some things out about my guys here that I didn't know about, some of the incoming 8th graders that are going to be on my team next year. So it was just an opportunity to do that. So when people tell me they're coming back, it gets me excited, but also it gives me that anxiety about I gotta already start thinking about next year because it's a heck of a thing to put this camp on. It's a lot of work, and my staff does a great job. I got Matt Doe and Josh Cooper and my brothers, and we're just working nonstop when we're here. We work hard and play hard. I think the Navy SEAL said that last night, and it was definitely true.
What moving forward, like you said, and because I interviewed a few coaches and or a lot of coaches, a few of them said it's the best team camp in the country. Mm-hmm. Moving forward, do you just, if it's not broke, don't fix it,
Yeah,
or are you trying to always come up with new wrinkles and
for sure I'm trying to come up with new
more
things.
Value.
I don't plan on changing a lot, but I did a lot of coach surveys, and I'm going to definitely tweak some things and make some things better. And there's some things that I think that aren't necessarily great sessions, but coaches love them, and that's kind of why I put it in there. So I try to cater to the coaches, and every coach is a little bit different. But yeah, I think are you going to do another one? Are you going to do another one? It's like I have 4 kids that are young, and I run a wrestling program. It takes a lot of work, and I don't think I can handle too much more, but I definitely want to make this camp better all the time. It's my, it's part of me. I don't know. I love it. I love the camp. I love what it does for kids, and I love what it does for wrestling too.
I might have asked you this last year, but and if I did, I apologize.
No.
But did you ever envision, year one, that it would grow to something like this?
No, I mean, I think that's anything that becomes great. You go back to the first day, and I think you always had hope it would. And I like to compete. I always envisioned that it could be that way, and like I said, it's humbling and surreal. So I thought there was opportunity up here, and that's why I kept bringing people up here. So I'm definitely very proud, but also humbled by it all.
Final question. Let's talk a little Red Arrows.
Yeah.
You brought a lot of guys up here, not necessarily your varsity lineup, but you guys won the tournament.
Yeah.
With some young guys and
In good competition. I felt like there were
5 teams that were at Team State last year that were here.
Yeah.
So when you look at that, what was your takeaway from your own team this weekend?
Just surprised about some guys that are coming in as freshmen. They're 8th graders that are going to be freshmen next year. And so I got to learn some things, and we're tough, man. Like, I brought a really good team, like, as far as, when I mean good team, just really good kids. I think I looked at my starting lineup for my number 1 team. We had 2 different teams here, and I think our average GPA was like almost a 4.0. Like, these kids, and I'm not exaggerating that whatsoever, all up and down. The kids are fun, good, hard-working kids, and I love being in Lowell. I love coaching at Lowell, and I was proud of our guys. I don't get to coach as much as I want to when I'm here, we brought 38 guys. That's the most any team's ever brought, and I know that I run this camp, but I still got to get them here. They're still paying the price of admission, so very proud of the program and the way they wrestled, and I think it's going to be another exciting year for our program. I know everybody's like, the first thing they ask me, are you going to win your 7th in a row? Well, I mean, I'm going to try. There's some guys out there gunning for us. Whitehall's now in Division II, and Gaylord's going to be super good, and obviously all the other programs that are right there in the hunt that we've wrestled before, like Warrenwood's Tower and so on. That's Division II will be tough, so we're up for the challenge though.
Awesome. We appreciate the time. You got anything else for us?
No, I don't think so. I wish I did. I probably should have something to say, but I'm just kind of like a little disheveled, I feel like, right now, and there's some brain fade because, I stay burning at both ends. But I just thank you guys for coming up here, and I think it was awesome to have Michigan Grapple. I mean, that's a cool thing that I think coaches love, too, is that you guys are up here. They get some exposure and get to see when you put this out on Michigan Grapple. I think it makes the 300 or the 650 kids proud that they were up here. So thank you.
Cool. Thanks, RJ.
Yeah.